Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for this month's TBR, I wanted to make it a little bit different than like picking from a jar. So this time around I picked myself. I already have the books picked, they're right there, but I did like an aesthetic TBR. Throughout the video I'm going to be saying aesthetic most likely, but I just wanted to, you know, pick a book by its cover. I did not read the back, but most of these I know what they're about. And yeah, I didn't read the synopsis or anything. It just based on the cover. So we're literally just picking books based on their covers to read in April. The first book we have is from my Book of the Month subscription, and it's The Bones Beneath My Skin by TJ Klune. TJ Klune always has like the nicest covers. I don't remember exactly what it's about. It says, "We're separated by time and space, and yet somehow we're all made of dust and stars. I will never forget that. You will never be alone because I'll always be with you." So this was the February pick. Let's see exactly what it says. In the spring of 1995, Nate Cartwright has lost everything. His parents are dead, his only brother wants nothing to do with him, and he's been fired from his job as a journalist in Washington, D.C. With nothing left to lose, he returns to his family's summer cabin outside the small mountain town of Roseland, Oregon, to try to find some sense of direction. The cabin should be empty. It's not. Inside is a man named Alex, and with him is an extraordinary 10-year-old girl who calls herself Artemis Darth Vader. Nice. But Artemis isn't exactly as she appears. Soon it becomes clear that Nate must make a choice. Let himself drown in the memories of his past, or fight for a future he never thought possible. Because the girl is special, and forces are descending upon them who want nothing more than to control. My dad is parking his truck right next to the computer room, the library room, so just gonna give him a second. Okay, I think we're good. It says, "There's nothing more human than a broken heart." So I'm excited to read it. It sounds kind of like magical, but also just very like human, you know? Just like it says, there's nothing more human than a broken heart. So I'm excited to read it, and like I said, the cover is just stunning. Look at this. Gorge, and then this is just the back. So that's our first book. I did choose 8 books. I don't think I'm gonna read all 8, but I would love to read all 8. I'm trying to decrease my TBR because I'm at 346, and I told myself I'm not allowed to buy any more books until 330, and even then it's only if like I really want the book, or if there's like a sale on Target, like buy 2 get 1 free, which is what I did. So I'm just trying to like read books. So yeah, so we have this one first. Then we have Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. It says, "The only thing deadlier than losing the game is losing your heart." I don't know exactly what it's about. I've heard that it's like Caraval, but like adult. So I'm excited. I know it's like a game you go in and play. It says Phantasma only has 2 rules: stay alive and don't fall in love, which obviously she does. It says, "When Ophelia discovers her mother brutally murdered, there is no time to grieve. She has inherited the family's fearsome magic and enormous debt. Circumstances go from dire to deadly. However, when Ophelia's sister decides to pay off the loan by entering Phantasma, a competition where contestants rarely escape alive, and the victor is granted a single wish. The only way for Ophelia to save her sister is to win, but Phantasma is a cursed manor, full of twisting corridors and lavish ballrooms, staffed by enticing demons and fatal temptations, and Ophelia must conquer all 9 floors to succeed, if her fears don't overtake her first. When a charming, arrogant stranger claims he can help, Ophelia knows better than to trust him. But with her sister's life on the line, Ophelia can't afford to turn him away. She'll just need to ignore the overwhelming dark attraction, drawing them closer and closer together. Because in Phantasma, the only thing deadlier than losing the game is losing your heart." So I'm excited. I've heard a lot of people whose like booktubes I like give it a 5 stars. So I'm excited to read it. And I know book 2 is coming out, I think, in April. So this would be the perfect time to pick it up, and if I love it, I could just... No, I can't get book 2 until I read at least 330. So if I read most of these, then I could pick up the book soon. So that's the goal. Next we have Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I think these books are so pretty, just like Strange the Dreamer. The only problem is I read Strange the Dreamer such a long time ago, I don't remember it. And I'm a little bit upset because everyone gave Strange the Dreamer 5 stars and I didn't. I gave it 3 stars. The beginning I was really enjoying it, but then I just kind of lost like the feel for it, like the magic and the lyrics not the lyrics, in the lyrical writing of Laini Taylor. So I'm hoping I enjoy Music Nightmares more. But like I said, I probably have to read like a synopsis to remember what it's about, because I really don't remember, so I can't even tell you guys, and I don't want to read the blurbs because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't read the first one either. So I just know that this is the sequel for Strange the Dreamer, and I know it was magical. I think her dreams, she could move in her dreams, like travel in her dreams to other places and stuff like that. There's a land of gods and all that stuff. So for some reason, whenever I listen to Gods and Monsters by Lana Del Rey, it reminds me of Strange the Dreamer. I don't know why. It just always does. So we're reading the second book because she's gorge. She's Gorgina. So then let's see. Then we have Wings of Starlight by Alison Saft, and this is the story of Queen Clarion and Mallory from, what is this called? From, oh my goodness, from Pixie Hollow, from Tinkerbell. So I started reading it. I'm only on chapter 2, I think. Yeah, I'm literally on chapter 2. But I'm excited to read it. I love Tinkerbell. I always loved Tinkerbell. I would watch it all the time with my mom, and it's just like such a nice memory to have. So I really want to read it, and it's the backstory of Queen Clarion before she became Queen Clarion, and it lets us know how Mallory lost his wings, because we know in The Secret of the Wings that Mallory lost his wings thanks to helping a fairy that was not from winter. So we got this. I'm excited to read it. And then let me just move these books. We have 4 more. We have 2 Disney books here, honestly. The next one is also a Disney book, and it is The Wicked Ones by Robin Benway. So this is the story of Drizella and Anastasia, the wicked stepsisters in Cinderella, and it kind of like talks about how they weren't so wicked. It was just their mom like forcing them to do these things, so they weren't really as like wicked as they were played out to be. They weren't as wicked. Anyway, so this has 2 sisters, 1 chance for the throne. So the mom really wanted them to marry the prince, obviously, we know. So it was just kind of them fighting for that, but like them falling in love with someone else. So I saw this at Barnes & Noble, and I saw the cover. Like I saw this and I was like, that looks really cool. So then I saw this and I saw it was like a Disney book, like the other one. So I'm really excited. I was actually looking for Wings of Starlight when I found this one, and I couldn't find it, so I had to buy Wings of Starlight on Amazon, but that's fine. And honestly, I was just really excited. I got it. So this kind of, I guess, says that Lady Tremaine is the evil one and not Drizella and Anastasia. So excited for that. And then another gorge cover is The Sunken City by Emma V.R. Noyes. I know she's a self-published author, and she's on Kindle Unlimited, so we support small authors and stuff. So this is about a girl who was orphaned and she was raised on a ship. I read the synopsis so many times that I forgot. By the most dangerous men in the Caribbean. Amare is one thing and one thing alone, a pirate, and pirates hate magic. So after a fateful storm plunges her into the depths of the ocean, Amare wakes to find herself in a strange new world, an underwater kingdom where magic exists but is strictly outlawed by the king, a man who claims to be her true father. As Amore struggles to fit into her new role as princess of the Sunken City, she finds herself tangled in a web of love between 2 brothers, one good, one not so good. And as her strange powers manifest within her, she must question everything she was raised to believe, especially if she has any hope of stopping the evil brewing at the bottom of the ocean. So, like I said, this is honestly the most gorgeous cover. All 3 of the books in the trilogy have gorgeous covers. Then this was one of the books, well, the next 2 books I bought at the Target, buy 2 get 1 free. So we have 9-month Contract by Amy Dawes, and the art is so cute, but also look at the sprayed edges. Iconic, right? So this is like a funny like rom-com, you know what I mean? So he's looking for someone to be the surrogate for his kid. He's not married or anything. So he's just looking for someone. He's signing the contract, the 9-month contract, but he realizes at the end he doesn't just want her to be the surrogate. He wants to be with her and have the kid together. So I'm excited to read it. I think it'll be like funny. It says, help wanted. Grumpy mountain man seeks baby mama. Job is an incubator position only. Surrogate must be impervious to grunting as the form of communication and nosy brotherly neighbors. Rustic mountain range housing available upon request. So I think it'll be fun. And we love a little like lumberjack. So I'm excited to read it. And then lastly, we have the Strawberry Patch Pancake House, which is the last book that has been released in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe series. What is it called? I know there's a name for the series. I don't know. But it says, love blossoms in the most unexpected places. So I think this cover is gorgeous. I think it's my favorite one in the series. So basically these are all small town romances, and this one includes Iris, which we met in the previous book, which was the Christmas tree farm, and someone that comes new to town. But this one's a single dad, so we're gonna see how it goes. I'm just very excited to read all of them. But yeah, this is my TBR for the month of April. Isn't she just gorge? We love to see it. We love to see her. And then that's it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Let me know what books you want to read in April. And if you were to do like a aesthetic TBR, what would you put in it? Like, what are your like most like cute books, you know? So thank you guys for watching and have a great day.